100% Chance of Wine, sponsored by the Lodge at Columbia Point.
Today on 100% Chance of Wine, we made our way to Patterson, Water Firm Wine, and I'm joined by Pat and Jamie. You guys are a local nonprofit. Tell me more about your business.
Well, we started the nonprofit about 4 years ago, and we sell a wine. This wine is $30 a bottle. This wine is $20 a bottle. The entire $30 and $20 goes to another nonprofit, one of 20 that we donate to that do water work in the world. They help solve the world water crisis. And so we donate the entire bottle price to the other nonprofits that do the work.
Why did you want to start something like this?
Oh man, that's a long, that's a long answer on that. But basically, it boils down to the fact that we've had some success here on our farm, and Jamie here went to Africa as a college graduate, and she became involved in the nonprofit world over there, and we became aware of the world water crisis, and it just seemed like a natural fit to do something that would benefit the world.
Mm-hmm. Just how bad is it? I mean, what are some of the stats? And people might not realize, really what's happening in some of these other countries.
Women and children bear the brunt of the burden for collecting water around the world. They'll spend hours each day, they'll walk for miles and miles just to go get dirty water. So one thing our clean water partners are doing is some of them are putting a community well in so that you might still have to walk for water, but it's going to be in your community instead of 3 miles down the road or 5 miles down the road. Others are actually piping water into individual households. So you can imagine what a difference that is, going from spending maybe 3 or 4 days a day, 3 or 4 hours a day collecting water, to just being able to turn on a tap and have water in your house or right outside of your house. So we find that really exciting. Millions of people around the world are suffering for something that we take for granted, and people are doing something about it, and we find that really exciting, and we really want to support organizations who are working with people in their own communities.
Tell me more about how this works. Obviously volunteers. So you guys just last weekend, volunteers come out and help picking.
We had
grapes.
over 120 volunteers last weekend. They came out, and a bunch in the morning and a bunch in the afternoon, and we picked 18 tons of grapes and hauled them off in a truck to be made into wine.
What's that day look like as far as getting all the volunteers together?
Oh wow, Jamie does that.
It's hard because with grapes you never know quite when harvest will be. You have to kind of wait till it's pretty close to the day before deciding. So we don't usually know before a week or two ahead of time. So what we normally do is we start recruiting about a month ahead of time, and we tell people, can you please block off these couple of dates, and we'll let you know as we get closer. So then as we get closer, we narrow it down. We get a lot of support from our church, and then we also get people coming from who've heard about us at our tasting room in Leavenworth, people from the Seattle area. It's really grown, and it's been fun to see the word spread about what we're doing, and people excited to be involved and get out there picking the grapes and bringing friends and bringing family and bringing their kids. It's a fun day. And
you said this is probably your biggest group of people that you've had so far?
The last couple of years were both pretty big. Between 120, 150 people probably.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so once you pick the grapes, you send that off, and some of the other wineries help you guys out. Is that correct?
That's correct. Charlie Hoppus makes our red wine. Yeah, and he does a great job. We've had multiple awards. Is this 15 or is
that's
15?
The 15.
Our 16 got double gold in Seattle at the
Seattle
Wine Awards. Yeah. So people love our product.
And then Andrew Martinez of Martinez & Martinez makes our rosé, and they're in Prosser.
Yeah, and he donates his winemaking skills for that.
Yeah, he's been very generous.